duelist, switchboard, add a pattern AD is carrying an important message about your gameplay, LOL. Make sure to place your charms right because they might distract you even if you're scoped in with Orc, for example. If you get creative with sticker crafts, you can represent your country with its flag on your gun. Some deagle skins are broken, but you never see this because you don't check skins at those unique angles. Stained dual Berettas are the only stained weapon skins in the game, all the other ones are knives. Orc Sid Mead is a futuristic looking Orc skin designed by a legend Sidney J. Mead himself, who was a popular American industrial designer and neo-futurist concept artist. You might have seen his work in science fiction films such as Blade Runner, Aliens and Tron. He sadly passed away on December 30, 2019, but part of his legacy will always be with us in Counter-Strike. Asimov skins are one of the cleanest skins in the game, but did you know that the same skin designer Corvidium also designed his Tech 9 that in-game is called Isaac, but in the workshop it's called Asimov. The pistol is style-wise very similar to Asimov, just the color scheme is black and red instead of the classic orange-white-black combo. And now if you wonder about the names, then all these guns are named after Isaac Asimov, an American writer and professor whose biggest achievements include writing the Foundation series, I, Robot, and many other popular science books, so now you know the deeper connection in between those legendary weapon skins. For the most dramatic reveal of your unboxed item, after opening a case, cover it with a console, then write disconnect in it. This erases the background rarity color of the skin, so now you can slide the console away and reveal your item with a full black background. Scout Dark Water with pattern ID 88 gives you my favorite scout in-game with a Lenny face on it, and your boy holds the top 3 float in the world. There are surely a lot of cool skin trades happening in private that we are not aware of. We know people have traded their cars for skins, etc. But one unique trade happened in year 2022 when popular Spanish CS YouTuber Black traded his Wild Lotus Factory New that was at that time worth around $8k for a special CS trading card, Tariq 2021 signature card created by Epic CS Company, which is nowadays named Colex.gg. That Tariq card is extra rare because only 25 were produced, but some got lost / got damaged, and some signatures were just smashed because Tariq decided to put cards with fresh pen on top of each other, so there are only 5 such clean cards in the world available, and now Black has one because he was ready to give up his AK Wild Lotus. This ballsy trade helped him to complete his full set of 2021 signature cards. Counter-Strike devs have been spotted recycling old CSGO skin pattern templates on newer skins. You can find the same pattern templates on the Desert Eagle Hypnotic, Glock Hype Beam, and Sword of Break Light, for example. Also the Quartz skins, CZ, M4A1S, Dual Berettas, etc. And there are even more. Lazy work, but hey, new fancy pixels, we take that. Getting some agent skins will actually change both of your default gloves, CT and T side, and with agents you also get custom arms. On my part down site, skinvault.gg, you can find everything from all the agents to gloves, trade your old skins for new ones, or simply buy them for more than 30% cheaper from our store page compared to the Steam's market. Low fees with nice bonuses, and you can instant cash out your skins with currently the best rates on the market. Use code NadeKing and trade your skins fast/safe on skinvault.gg. By the way, the same skin artist who I mentioned earlier, Corvidium, has also helped to design the 2 Faceit skins that are in the game. M4A1S Atomic Alloy plus P90 Trigon are official Faceit skins available in-game. Nowadays, Faceit is hands down the biggest external CS-related platform in the market, no doubt. There are 2 Sunset Storm Desert Eagles. The only difference in names are the symbols behind them. This symbol means 1 and the other one 2. Skins also look a bit different, where one version has this sneaky face on the handle, but other than that, it's kinda stupid to have 2 pretty much the same skins in the game as different entities. Zeus skins never show 99% on them, they always jump from 98% to 100%. Orc Snake Pit skin can have a rare pattern with 1 solo frog being displayed on the skin. A great example is pattern 494. I guess it makes sense to put 1 delicious meal present in the snake pit. Have a look at some of the silenced M4's tip of the barrels. There are designs that are so off-centered that it hurts, physically hurts. In 2025, there are still only 7 Dick pattern Huntsman case-hardened knives in existence, and one of them belongs to Mr. Arrow himself. M4A4 Edge edgelord becomes way more colorful in battle-scarred condition compared to factory new. UMP Minotaur's Labyrinth texture holds one lost Minotaur in it as well. It's very rare to have it on your skin at all, and of course the more centered the Minotaur the better. Here's an example of pattern index 272, which has pretty dang good centering. Nova Wild 6 has two secret messages on it. Firstly, it says catch a gift, as every shot fired at you is a blessing on its own, plus secondly, on the back of the weapon, the obvious one, create damage. In your own POV, karambits and talon knives are held like that, but if you watch someone else holding the same knife, they hold it differently, with blade being in between the hands. Valve, what's that? Block Remy's reach in high float condition reveals a lying mummy at the top of the skin. It will start showing well when you reach around battle-scarred condition of the gun. Orb Desert Hydra scope is bright whitish in factory new, but in higher floats it turns black. The choice is yours, which one you prefer more. The eyes of Mach 10 Sakaku glow when you shoot. Glock Moonrise comes with a possibility to have this little visible star on your skin. There's only one star in the texture file, and if the luck shines, it might end up on your skin. Many different ways how the star can be present. Obviously, ideally, you want it as center as possible. Here's an example with pattern ID 800. If you get your hands on the high float Nova Toy Soldier, you can see drawings of a tank, a car, and some stick soldiers on the skin, which won't be visible when you have the same skin in low float version. Whoever scratched them on the weapon is a talented guy. Block Grinder can have unique, differently colored fronts. The best looking one is probably the golden tip, but sadly you can't see them in the game, only when inspecting the weapon, so the fun is kinda ruined. Do you remember Octopus Paul, who predicted the FIFA World Cup 2010 with a success rate of 100%? Paul even correctly chose Spain as the winner of the whole tournament. Max 7 Foresight is a CS2 skin that is inspired by Paul, and the fun fact that the same skin was originally named Max 7 Predictor in the workshop. Now its name is Foresight, as sometimes Valve likes to change stuff that doesn't really need to be changed. Currently, the lowest float skin in CS2 is this Mach 10 Bronzer that spawned in the game only around a week ago. Look at this extra low float, too many zeros and a 1, no stickers applied just yet. The weapon is as clean as it can be. And to clarify why this top 1 karambit with all zeros is not the lowest float, although it shows as top 1, then this knife was not unboxed, but very back in the day created by Steam support to help out someone who got scammed by restoring the item like that. Nowadays Steam support does not do anything like that, so this item remains alien and community doesn't really consider this as a real top 1 item. You can add charms and moving elements of the weapon skins for extra phenomenal visuals. I normally opened 15,000 CS cases and lost 50k euros in the process. Please do not open cases, guys. You're way better off just buying the skins you would like to rock and roll with. Famas Crypsis might look like a random camouflage pattern, but as Crypsis is a survival technique that helps animals and plants avoid being seen by predators, this skin as well is covered with insects that are just hard to see unless you really focus. Sticker Agent Select will start to reveal super general drawings with black pen once you try to scrape it off. In the end game, T becomes a pirate looking bot and the CT looks like me. Do not turn XM Monster Melt around, as then you're gonna see all the monsters in a melted state. Creative work by the artist, who could have easily gone the good old let's mirror the weapon for both sides direction. By the way, the skin itself even says best to not check the other side. 1 pixel type imperfections on higher tier gloves can equal in thousands of dollars of price reduction, which is absolutely crazy to me, as you can barely even see the scratch. It is very important though. Valve has also been quite lazy with designing the gloves, as almost all the gloves have some elements of previously released skins in the game. Here are some examples, and you can see that the patterns are 1-to-1 put from weapons onto gloves. What can we say? Boom pow crack. XM XOXO can have an extra special purple base at pattern ID 443. It looks beautiful and almost like a different skin. That's what makes it rare AF. Flip knife maths shouldn't be working, as the blade is way longer than the handle, and realistically speaking, how can it possibly fold correctly? Max 7 Seabird holds a hidden reference in its description. It has just one word there, mine, and anyone who has watched Finding Nemo will have insta flashbacks to those loud seagulls going Like every time when you have all teammates alive and there is only one bomb that needs to be defused. While most of CS2 pros have fancy colorful inventories or fans have lended them extra high tier items to showcase on tournaments, CS Pro Elige has gone the other direction, using mainly default weapon skins with stat track name tags on them. He got this concept from a random nuke game when someone dropped him the stat track M4 X-Ray, but it was just the name tag on the default M4. Elige thought it was cool enough to develop a whole inventory around this unique idea. The highest float ever that should be achievable in CS2 comes with Sawed Off Uber. If you manage to unbox this exact blue skin and then hit the odds of 1 in around 23 million, this thingy's float can be so close to 1 that in-game it shows as full. That's because this skin is the only skin in the game with a float cap from 0.4 to 1.0, so a lot of potential floats end up very close to actual 1. If anyone manages to unbox the full float, this could be the new 661. You can remove charms from weapons, you just need to pay Valve a little bit, just a little bit. Galil Sandstorm's texture comes from a picture of skin creator's daughter in the pool. As you can see, there is sun in the top right, floating swimming thingy around her arm. This is the head, body, etc. Author of the skin used this picture, applied a heavy Photoshop filter on it, and here we have Galil Sandstorm in the game. P90 Scarab Rush in high float version will spawn some secret hieroglyph messages at the back of the weapon. If anyone can translate those, be our kind teacher in the comments. A classic knife urban mask in StatTrack Factory New has never been unboxed yet, and it's not an easy task to do as this skin is float capped at 0.06, but so are many other classic knives. Yet all other classic knives have at least some Factory New versions out there. It's just the very urban, very masked one. Pulling the trigger with R8 Skull Crusher makes the skeleton body to move like a madman. Vertigo has a lot of cones all around the map, according to my knowledge 46 in total, but you can ask this question and trick your friends by adding one more in the form of using SG Hazard Pay, because look at this thingy's scope, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And lastly, something unexpected, the most valuable skin in CS2 is not the Dragon Lore, not the Gangnir, but according to Price Empire's data, it's the Factory New Butterfly Fade with a market cap currently sitting around $50 million. Dragon Lore ranks as 5th for now, and here I let YouTube to suggest another video tailored to your taste that should be on the screen now to watch next. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out, stay super general and know your skin.